Today I'm making a proper crowd pleaser, my Mexican lasagna. Layers of soft tortillas, spiced beef and melty cheese. Is everything you love about lasagna, just with a Mexican twist. This might just be your new favourite midweek bake. It's a proper dinner winner. I hope you're all well. I'm Shane. Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. So we're going to dive straight in and let's get started. To a hot pan, I've got it on a medium heat. I'm just going to add some olive oil, a good glug of olive oil and one diced onion, doesn't matter, white or red. And all we want to do with that is just start to soften it down. So that onion has softened down nicely. To the pan now, I've got one red pepper here, which I've just finely diced. Again, you can leave that out, you don't have to use it, or if you want a different coloured pepper, use that. I've got 2 garlic cloves, which I've just sliced. And then you're going to need some beef mince. Alternatively, you could swap this out. You could use pork, turkey, chicken, whatever you like. I'm using a 5% fat beef mince. You don't want it too fatty for this recipe. What do you think of this new packaging? Because all the supermarkets seem to be doing different style packaging. This is a Sainsbury's one in this weird sort of vacuum packed stuff. Tesco seem to be doing the old plastic tray with the film over the top. Waitrose are doing some sort of baggy type thing. What do you think of these? I actually quite like it. And it does seem to keep it really, really fresh. Anyway, let's get that straight into the pan. And you just want to break that up. Because what we want to do is really brown this meat off. And I want to extract any sort of water that's contained within the meat. We really want this to be a dry mix before we add in the rest of our ingredients. So just break it up with your spoon and mix it all in. That's had about 4 or 5 minutes now. Now we can start to build up our flavours. So I'm going to add a good pinch of salt, some good turns of the pepper mill, plenty of black pepper in there. As you know, I love my black pepper. A good teaspoon of dried oregano. Same again, teaspoon each of cumin powder, coriander powder, smoked paprika, and half a teaspoon of chili powder. I'm using a mild chili powder. And you want to stir that through. Just cook out the rawness of those spices. Make sure everything's nicely coated. This is like basically a really simple chili. No beans in this one, guys. So if you don't like your kidney beans, you'll be pleased to know they ain't going in this one. That'll do us there. To that, I've got my smoked chipotle paste. I love this stuff, and I'm putting in a good, actually that's probably near enough, a tablespoon there. Again, stir it through. Next in, a tin of my old favourites, the Mooties. And again, if you want to, you could thin this down if you want. Just add a little bit of water, but I want to keep mine fairly thick. I think that beef is going to let out a little bit more juice still. And I like a little bit of sweetness with mine, just against the background of the heat of the chili. So I'm going in with a good tablespoon of honey, and we're going to stick a lid on it. I'm just going to leave it to simmer for about 10 minutes until everything is nicely softened down. So our chili is now cooked. It looks perfect. Now's the time you want to get your oven on, 180C fan, get that preheating, and we're going to crack on and make up this Mexican lasagna. I'm just using standard flour tortillas here. And you're going to coat each of these in some mascarpone cheese. This is basically our béchamel sauce, if you like. Just spread it over. I find doing it this way is easier, doing them all first. Doesn't have to be perfect. You know, this isn't artwork. No one's going to judge you. No one's going to see this. Once you've done one, basically just repeat the process for all your tortillas that you're going to need. Once all your tortillas are coated in the mascarpone, you need to get yourself a dish. I've lightly oiled mine. Now I have got a round sort of quiche dish here. If you don't have a round dish, that's fine. Use an oblong one and just trim up your tortillas as needed. Lay your first tortilla in, and then in with some of your chili mix. And you just want to spread it out just to make sure you're getting a nice even covering. Go to the edges. That's it, looking good there. And then I like to sprinkle each layer with a mixture of mozzarella and cheddar. Oh, this isn't good if you've got high cholesterol, that's for sure. But once in a while, a little bit of what's not good for you is good. That's it, and just repeat the same process until you've used up all of your tortillas. That's a 5 tortilla stacker there. I'm gonna add the remaining bits of our mozzarella and cheddar. Make sure it's nicely coated, plenty on there. We want that nice gooey topping. And then I just like to finish it off with a little bit more of our oregano. And that's it. Into the oven now for 25 to 30 minutes. What you're looking for obviously is that cheese to be nicely melted and it to be nice and golden brown on the top. So it took 25 minutes and it looked beautifully golden brown. It's piping hot. Let's just cut through, get ourselves a slice out and see how we have done. I'm hoping it will come out in one fell swoop. Oh, look at that. It's like a giant sort of oven-baked quesadilla, and I love quesadillas, so this is right up my street. Right, how do I tack it? Just with a fork. We'll just have a go in there. Already, those tortillas, they were soft anyway, but they've absorbed some of the juice, I can tell, from that beef. Let's give it a little blow on there. The cheese is stringy. That is a little bite of heaven. That really is absolutely delicious. Not overly hot and spicy. Right level of sweetness with the honey we put in. But all of those flavours are just singing a lovely little Mexican tune. Absolutely divine. Oh, it feels like I'm eating an Italian lasagna that's gone on holiday to Mexico, had one too many tequilas and come back as a Mexican lasagna. Absolutely fantastic. Hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. That's it from me for today. I really do appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, you like the content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share, and comment. I really would appreciate it. Anything you would have done different with this, or have you got any other twists on the original recipe? Because I would love to hear from you. Coming this Friday is pan-seared duck breast with a blackberry sauce, and they're locally foraged blackberries. I'll put all of the details of today's Mexican lasagna down below in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.